as you guys know, I guess I broke the story that they were getting a divorce. And when they broke up, if you don't remember, Malena Polom was listed as a witness for XQC's RP divorce. I don't think she ever testified or anything like that, but Adept did put her in court documents as Malena Polom. So when they announced they broken up, I was like, somebody got to file for divorce, right? Or maybe they were just going to be separated. Well, lo and behold, they were getting divorced, and I covered the divorce documents. Now, after that, Nick Polom, he by himself filed a motion to seal the court documents. Now, the thing about sealing court documents is typically they are not sealed. My divorce is public. You can request it. I've actually covered it on my channel. I think I've covered almost all the court documents of my divorce on my channel, but he is requesting to seal his. Now, what you need to know is they did not request it, right? Because chances are he's not talking to Malena. If he wants to talk to Malena, he has to go through Malena's lawyer and vice versa. So when he goes on stream and says Malena wants this and that, I'm like, when was the last time you spoke to her? That should tell y'all everything. But let's read through it. Let's read through it. This action is originally arising out of the state of Texas, and the documents filed in this case are not subject to the standards for sealing court records. So right then and there, he is already telling the court, like, yeah, I know these are not the type of documents you seal. And if you watch the video, it explains why. There's no goddamn trade secrets in this. This is just a request made on his end to seal the court documents. Now you were trying to think like, well, if he has nothing to hide, why would he want these documents sealed? You could say for privacy purposes. Well, I don't know if it's for privacy purposes. Who knows his rationale? Because normally when you motion to the courts to seal, you say why you want it sealed. Okay. The sealings of this record in this action will not have an adverse effect on public health or safety, and the records do not involve matters that should be available to the general public. Now, there's a possibility this gets denied because think about all of the hundreds and thousands of people before him who filed for divorce, and their divorce is public. Why should he get special treatment and his be sealed? That's going to be a huge question. So I don't think this is going to go in his favor, but you never know. We'll see what happens. If it gets sealed, trust me, I'll be notified. If it don't get sealed, I'll be notified. And of course, I'll report it. I report public documents. Okay. So I suspected this seal is not for me, but it's for Malena, for what Malena's going to put in there. Now he could, I'm sure he'd come out and say, hey, I wanted this seal because of Henry. Everyone would eat that shit up. But let's get to hers because we do have a good video that we're going to come back to where they talk about spending money, but we got to go to Malena's amended petition. All right. Now she filed this on the 24th. He filed to seal it on the 18th. This was like shortly after that it went viral for him going through a divorce, which, his financials is all going to be private. But I don't know why he wanted it sealed. Now, when you go through, hopefully you guys already seen the videos on my main channel. You be fine. But, her preservation of evidence, this is pretty much standard. And there's like a form at the bottom of this that I didn't include because it's like a law that was enacted in 2019, basically saying you can't destroy property, sell stuff, empty bank accounts, et cetera, et cetera. And, her preservation of evidence is pretty much standard. This is standard. Respondents put on notice to preserve, not to destroy, conceal, or alter any evidence or potential evidence relevant to the issues in this case, including tangible documents or items in respondent's possession or subject respondent to control documents filed and other generated data stored, home computer, work computer, storage media, portable systems, all this other stuff. This is standard stuff, guys, for their divorce. All right. This is probably standard in most divorces. Now they want a judge to do it, not some associate judge, which is fine. Let's get down to the brass tacks of things. Remember, Nicholas Polom is the respondent. That's something you just really wanna be aware of. Let's keep going. There's no protective order, so that's good to hear. Hey, we have no protective order. Great. Date of marriage. Now, here's the thing, right? The parties were married 2015, September 25th, 2015. Now, look, I'm aware of like some rumors that they start dating or talking when she was underage, whatever. Like everyone keeps talking about it, but I've yet to see any proof about it. Whatever. Who cares? She's not saying she's a victim of anything illegal. So I don't think it's fair for other people to say it, give Nick a little bit of grace, if you will. Grounds for divorce. This is pretty standard. Irreconcilable differences, guys. Irreconcilable differences. Now, this is where it gets juicy. Now, there's someone who's going to try to tell you that this is standard. This is a nothing burger. I'm like, it's not a nothing burger. One, she believes that they'll enter an agreement, which is a different tone than what she was saying originally because she wanted the courts to do it. And I honestly think she filed divorce just to get the goddamn ball rolling. You see, when I filed divorce, it's because my ex was dragging her goddamn feet. She was dragging her feet, so I filed divorce to get the ball rolling because you don't want this stuff dragging out. Now, consequently, it's in her best interest if it drags out because she just gets to build more equity in their Twitch channel, their YouTube channel, whatever investments he has, all that good stuff, right? But this is where this is not normal. Do not let anyone tell you being accused of economic and financial abuse is normal in a divorce. I wasn't accused of it. There's a lot of people who get divorced and there's no financial abuse allegations. It's not standard. Okay. Now, this is where it's kind of messed up. If it's true, she could be lying. She could be lying. Is Nick going to come out and say she's lying? I don't know. Nick's failure to permit her access to their community property accounts, including for the purposes of insight and access to such community funds. So imagine being married and you break up and you have no idea how much money is in any of your bank accounts, or you don't have access to it because maybe you never had access to it. Maybe this person always controlled the money. And that's what she's saying. And then when I look at this clip right here, and hopefully you can hear her loud as day say exactly what's going on.
Am I allowed to buy something from here?
Yeah, are you going to carry it around? What are you asking me? Like, you don't control the money. Holy shit. Wait, what is this?
What is this? Why are you asking her like you don't control the money? So here is her admitting that, hey, Nick controls the money.
Am I allowed to buy something from here?
Yeah, are you going to carry it around? What are you asking me? Like, you don't control the money. Holy shit. Wait, what is this?
This is so cool.
So when she say, hey, I've been getting financially abused. Now, if you watch my video, like the lady goes over plenty of different ways that someone can be financially abused. And her right here saying that, hey, he controls the money. That seems like probably that's what the case is. So if he always controlled the money, why would he give her access to the money? If all purchases go through Nick, then what? So, I mean, I'll play the clip one more time, but I love when you can see it in real time.
Am I allowed to buy something from here?
Yeah, are you gonna carry it around? Why are you asking me like you don't control the money? Holy shit. Wait, what is this?
So he controls the money, like according to her in this clip, which was a year ago. So, I don't know, make of it what you want, but does he control the money? That's a great question for his loyal fans to ask, right? Or is that none of your business? People be like, oh, it's not any of our business. So she's accusing him of financial abuse. She's saying, hey, he locked her out of all accounts. And this is why she's kind of like, I don't know, maybe that's what their arrangement was. I don't know. Now, her request for temporary orders. All right. Let's get into them. All right. So some people are like, oh, this is standard stuff. I'm like, okay, bro, I can tell you what's standard and I can tell you what's not standard. Request a court notice hearing for preservation of property and protection of parties to make temporary orders. Any appropriate temporary injunctions respecting the temporary use of parties' property as deemed necessary and equitable, including but not limited to, hey, award Malena exclusive use and possession of the residence she is currently residing at, which I believe is like a house or an apartment in Norway that they may or may not own. Everyone's real like elusive about like what they do own and what they don't own, which is probably good for them. Did chat crash? Okay, chat didn't crash. Okay. Which is probably good for them. But hey, wherever she's living at, she wants control of it. Now, this is pretty standard. I would say this is pretty standard. Okay. Now, what's not standard is her asking the judge to award her. Like, here's the thing, right? What you guys don't understand is she's not asking Nick. She's asking a judge to make Nick pay her for a car. Like, that is what's going on. She's like, hey, judge, can you tell Nick I live in this house or apartment or whatever, and he can't come here unless he got a court order or we agree. And she's like, also, tell judge, can you tell Nick or make Nick give me money to get me a car and he pays the insurance on the vehicle? This is not standard. This is not standard. This right here is not standard. She don't got a car wherever she at. She in Norway, no car. So that ain't standard. Award Nick exclusive control of the motor vehicle currently in his possession. Sure, yeah. I mean, I think this, like, here's the thing, guys. I think she knows that I'm covering these court documents. Don't think because she's not on his YouTube channel, she's not on the internet watching this shit, reading the comment section, seeing the support she has. Don't think for 1 second she's not on the internet. She may not be going live, but she's definitely on the internet. So there's that. And I know I got like a lot of ninja watchers right now, man. You know, OTK got this weird thing where if they see you in the chat, it's going to be some shit. So this is not standard. She don't got no car. It kind of sucks, right? I mean, and look, guys, you can say I'm team her getting 50%. You can say I'm team her getting 50%. One, because she put in the work. Two, even if she never came on stream, she would still be entitled to half of everything. But I know in the public eye, it looks better that she did help with the family business. She did help him ascend to new heights. So for the general public, it's like, yes, give her 50%. She helped it. But asking for a car is not the norm. Like, I'd be like, yo, so do you have access to any bank accounts? Like, you don't think that's an issue, guys? If someone is online seeing how much she deserves half, but the moment they break up, she has no access to any bank account. You don't think that'd be like, hey, bro, hey, I thought she deserved half. Yeah, but she don't need to be in the bank account right now. Award Nmplol Polom exclusive use of the motor vehicle in his possession. Hey, she don't care about the car he's driving. Now, this is where you really gotta be like, what the hell is going on? Find that Malena Polom has insufficient income for support, ordering Nick Polom to make payments for the support of Malena Polom, or is it Polom? They'd be like, it's Polom. I'm like, look, whatever. Until a final decree is signed. You don't think something is wrong with this? Is she lying? Is she lying when she says, hey, I don't have I don't have income? Well, if he cut her out all the accounts, where's she getting money from? Where's she getting money from? This is what you got to think about when you put all your eggs in one basket. This is probably the classic case of why women shouldn't trust men. I hate to say it. I'm going to be a stay-at-home wife. Okay. I'm going to be a homemaker. All right, great. All right, we getting a divorce? Yeah. All right, well, you can't access any accounts. Now, I don't know if this is true. She could be lying. She could be like, Nick could respond and say, hey, she's lying. She still has access to this account, that account, blah, blah, blah. But do you think he agrees with paying her support? Like, is that something you would want to know? Would you want to know if he's on board with paying her temporary support until the divorce is final? Or is that something that you would consider none of your business? Or if he just says it's no drama, it's fine. Well, Nick said it's fine. She's taken care of. Okay. I just find this odd. Sure, my ex asked for temporary support. But we know we're near the financial bracket that Nick is in. But sure, you can say a standard. Temporary support, yeah. Asking for support is standard. Dr. Dre's wife did it. And what happened was she was granted the temporary support of like $300,000 a month. And she was using that to fight the case. So, but it's just hard to believe that she don't got no access to the accounts. Making appropriate orders to permit Malena access to a third party. Now, here's the thing, right? This is standard. So I would say the only not so standard thing is the car. The car is not standard. The fact that she has no income is also iffy because he can make the argument that, hey, she's choosing not to stream. She's choosing not to work. She shouldn't get support for that because she's choosing not to generate income. But if he did that, would you want to know? Or would you want to just take his word for it that it's going fine? Now, the request for interim attorney fees. If she's requesting support, you damn right she's going to request attorney fees. Now, here's the thing. When me and my ex-wife separated, she had a job. I had a job. Even though I had a job making more money, she still asked for fucking alimony. And the judge awarded that shit too. I was pissed off. Even though we had been separated for like a year and a half. And I filed. And he was like, well, used to help. He came, like, they'll come up with some fucking way to justify it. And that's what they did. So I ended up paying her like 2 years of alimony because we used to split the bills. And she was like, she no longer has no one to split the bills with. Like, what the fuck? Neither do I. He was like, shut up, bitch. Pay her. That's exactly what the judge told me. All right. So here's the thing, right? Because of this financial abuse allegation right here, which is a form of domestic violence, how will women receive Nick, knowing that their quote unquote mutual friend made this allegation of abuse? He hangs around a bunch of feminists. He supported Kamala. So how are they going to receive him? He's going to say, no, it's not true. She's lying. She's just trying to get everything she can out the divorce because she can get more if she can prove this in court. But anyway, let's keep going. So went through the temporary orders. Attorney fees. Sure. She wants him to pay the attorney fees. But here's the thing that I don't think people caught on. Malena Polom requests that Nick Polom be ordered to pay for reasonable interim attorney fees and expenses, including but not limited to fees for appraisals, accountants, actuaries, and so forth. So when you say appraisals, everything's getting appraised. That YouTube channel, that Twitch channel, accountants. Look, the accountant's about to dig in through all his finances. All his finances. Whatever. OTK is going to get audited unless he gives her an offer that she feels comfortable with. But you have to consider she's been locked out of the accounts. So if he says, hey, I'll give you, how about this, Malena? I'll give you $10 million to sign on the dotted line and walk away. Should she take that deal? Blindly? No. Her lawyer is going to say, look, your divorce, your assets are worth $30 million. Like I don't know, guys. I'm just spitballing. But the purpose of this is to figure out how much she is entitled to. That is, and then the negotiation starts. So until she can figure out how much she's legally entitled to, the negotiation is not starting. Because it's going to be a settlement negotiation. And here's the thing, right? If she's legally, let's just say the empire is worth 20 million and she's legally entitled to 10 and he offers her 8. She'll probably be like, Ninja, if I go to court, I'm going to get 10. Why would I settle for 8? Because he's going to have to present an offer to her, or she's going to have to present an offer to him. However you guys want to do it. Let's keep going though, because we got more to get to. So the actuaries and so forth, he's going to have to pay for that. And that's just standard with the divorce stuff. All right. Now, this is the good one. This is a super fucking lawyer. This dude has been lawyer of the year for like the last 5 years or something. All right. He like super lawyer, I think 2019 through 2025. And he does divorce. But that ain't the issue. To effect an equitable division of the estate, the division judgment for attorney fees, expenses and costs through trial and appeal should be granted against Nick. So this is the shit people don't talk about. He needs to pay all the court fees all the time associated with this divorce. Now, let's get into Nick talking about how he got saved. All right. Those are the court docs. Let's talk about how he got saved by not owning a house. And this is where men start to realize, like, hey, you don't want to own shit if you're getting divorced.
Drifting?
Am I planning on getting a car for drifting? Oh, you haven't heard Jumpy. Yeah, we are pretty much out of...
Hi, Nick.
We lost like a whole bunch of money, 50%, and then... we ditched for a while, so we kind of have to grind for like at least the next 6 months before we can even do anything. So, we're locked in for 6 here at least.
Now, I would imagine he's going to start streaming more out of necessity.
Before we can even purchase...
I wouldn't say necessity, to offset cost.
Anything. We're cutting back on the DoorDash Uber Eats orders too. We're making chicken, rice, and broccoli for every meal now at this point. Because it's just the way we have to go. You have to adapt to this situation. Sometimes things don't go as planned.
I don't know. I spent like $30,000 for my divorce, and it was like a lot. But I'm sure she probably paying that ninja $500 an hour.
Sometimes, the river gets a little bit dry, so you just have to kind of lock it in, if that makes sense. So, maybe not getting a car for drifting. It would be cool though, in an ideal world. All things considered. But sadly, no. And we also we had to pay back rent for this place.
The reason that the whole back rent is because when you go through a divorce, you have to fill out a financial affidavit. And I'm sure his judge is like, you better put some down for your living expenses. You can't be like, oh, we got no living expenses. Like, no, Ninja, you put some down. Have them charge you rent, even if you don't collect it.
You know, for the last 2 years and everything like that. So it's just the bank account's just bleeding, guys. It's just bleeding red, man. Not even bleeding red. This is bleeding black, dude. It's fucking fucked, really. Someone says tactical financial ruin for marriage. No.
Now, to be fair, I think his life is not going to change after the divorce. Like, his quality of life is not going to change because the ultra rich are not impacted as much. All right.
That's not what's going on anyways. Everybody in Austin's falling apart. No, that's not true, okay? Austin's actually in a great spot. Okay, don't let the doom and gloom of a few things are good, trust me. I've never been more optimistic for the future. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, guys. Warning, you need to take XQC's side or he won't sell you his house. Bro, I've been asking for him to sell me his house for like 3 years now. But like I want him to sell it at like half the cost of what it's worth. So let's say it's $1 million house. I want it for $500K. I feel like that's reasonable.
Wait. What the hell is this? Depends how much more of this comes out. IG, she wasn't legal when he met her. Like everyone says that, but I can't find no proof of it. So,
like, does he really need any more money? I need a house. This isn't even my house. This is Chance's house. I feel like that's a fair thing for him to do. I really do. At the end of the day, man. You know what I do want though? And I was talking to Catchy about this yesterday. You guys know Catchy, right? If you don't, check out my Twitter. I tweeted a picture of her yesterday. I do think this year, though, at some point this year, I do want to purchase my own house.
Look at the main channel viewers.
I do at some point this year. Now, the question is, do I buy it in Texas, or do I buy it next to my mother in Michigan and force her to love me? Yeah.
Can you even afford a house with 6K subs?
Bro, you got 6K subs, but it'd be like 10, 12,000 watching. All right, now, I don't think he'll ever get married again. If he does, he'll probably have a prenup. I'll just say that. But yeah, 6K subs, you definitely getting a goddamn house.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said give me 6 months, 8 months, then we can buy it. It's called saving. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Putting some money aside. So,
it's been 45 years, Nick.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, your mom will never love you.
Yeah, guys, I don't even know the story about him and his mom either. I don't know what that shit's about.
Here's my prime. It seems like you need it more than I do.
Okay. Yep. It does seem that way, doesn't it?
You are old as fuck. How do you not have a house already at your age?
Well, you know what?
See, this is where he's smart.
It actually ended up working out really well due to the divorce that I didn't have a house. I'm not gonna lie. It actually ended up working out quite.
So the way you
favorable.
save OTK is by
he saved about 500,000.
Are you getting a house?
That's part of it. Yeah, Danny. Yeah. So it actually ended up, it was good.
So here's the thing, right? When it comes to the house, let's say they do have a property out in Norway, and let's just say that property appraises for, let's just say $200,000. And he says, hey, you can keep that house. That's $200,000 positive on his side. That's $200,000 less he has to pay her because he paid her in the house. You see how it works? Hopefully it's making a little sense to you.
It's not an asset that can be divided. So yeah,
I highly recommend buying a house in a state that doesn't have legislation that goes against your future plans.
All right.
Does it?
Here's a hug for how your mom.
So he smartened up. He knows that now he can't buy a house until this divorce is finalized. Now let's get into the LSF stuff. All right. So what happened on LSF, right? So when it comes to LSF and posting anything quote unquote negative about OTK, that stuff usually gets axed quickly. Deleted, done, gone. And the reason being is because you can say there's some bias there, right? So what happened was LSF mods can't help themselves and remove viral LSF thread about Nick Polom's alleged financial abuse. So that was the YouTube clip. It got removed. Okay. Now let's just look at the comments real quick. Thank God Nick told us there's no drama, because that's a lie. Whenever I hear a streamer or YouTuber saying there's no drama, I immediately know the craziest ish just happened behind closed doors, which is likely true. No lie. She wants more than her 50 cent, basically. Well, she doesn't want more than 50%. The financial abuse will make her eligible for more than 50%. Okay? That's all it would do. It'll make her eligible for more than 50%. Not that she necessarily wants more. All right? When you're going through divorce, you put all your cards on the table. All right? That's all you do. She doesn't care. Someone going in on Catchy. She doesn't care as long as she can hang out with big streamers, get a lot of viewers, and get a Chanel bag. It's all worth it. Probably, yeah, I'm saying. I don't know about the legal stuff, but I hope she gets compensated for her work. Her event planning and prep work, she did a huge impact. She entertained so many people. I was going to call Henry Resilient a complete ambulance chasing ghoul. But then I saw my YouTube feed was full of streamers monetizing their reactions to Emmy, Ray, and Senna being attacked. And I thought, screw them all. There goes someone making a hate thread about me, guys. What should I do? Link to the LSF thread. And so then what happened was I intentionally uploaded this clip to LSF. Because if you remember with my interview with the head mod, he was like, you can upload your own stuff. I was like, well, I thought it was no self-promo. I was like, no, you can do it once a day. So I make the clip, I upload it, and it was gone within minutes. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I messaged the head mod. I'm like, yo, this was within all the rules. It was from a live stream. It was not, how he was like, it was nothing all capitalized. He was like, that's clickbaity or whatever. And then he was like, look, man, both of them are restored. Don't even worry about it. And he gave me the explanation. I'll say the explanation. He said this one was removed by Reddit. He said it was removed by Reddit, but he reinstated it. And he said he approved this one himself personally. So shout out to LSF. And then sure enough, OG thread appears back on LSF. Weird coincidence. So I put in the chat, look, if y'all want the thread to stay up about the divorce, post it from my Twitch channel. I did go live for like 6 minutes, but those no guarantee it won't get deleted. So that was the reason I went live on Twitch. Because I was literally on my deathbed, like, man, let me just go live. Then maybe someone could clip it and put it up there just to test to see if it's some bias. But lo and behold, they're both up. Now, technically, if they really want it, they could delete this one because it's a YouTube video. It's a YouTube video clip. They're like, we don't want YouTube video clips unless it's like pirate software or something. Then we'll allow those, or H3H. Then we'll allow those. But it should be from a live stream. I'm like, okay, but they left this one up, and hold on, that's the one. There go to comments. Hold on, but we got one more. This is the one I put up, and it's still up there. But I was like, damn, 865,000 views. Jesus Christ. And someone called it right away. Nick gonna be seething in this Discord, which, we'll get to actually right after this hate thread. So here we go right there, right? This is what they do. Attorney that practices family law. Granted, I'm not licensed in Texas. Almost everything said by this YouTuber on any subject related to law can be ignored. This is, his loyal fan base out to discredit me expeditiously. Now, I've always said, hey, if you don't like what I'm saying or you don't like my interpretation of the court docs, watch the video on mute and read the court docs and make your mind up for yourself. I've always said that. This line is so standard in petitions for dissolution of marriage that spending any amount of time focused on it is just silly. Guys, do not let anyone fool you that financial abuse allegations are standard in divorce. Don't be that naive. Okay? Don't be that naive. This is a classic example of a non-attorney reading way too into something written in a court filing just because they haven't been exposed enough. Dude, I've been covering divorce a long time. A long time. Been through a divorce. I'm not practicing law in divorce or anything, but I'm not a fireman, but I know that I put out a goddamn fire. Welcome to any Henry Resilient video. The guy makes wild assumptions on stuff he has minimal knowledge about. Like, bruh, there's no assumption that she accused him of financial abuse. There's no assumption that she can get more than 50% because of the financial abuse allegation. Hold on, is somebody on my property? All right, no. All right. So, like, this is how they get y'all guys though. They're like, oh, he's not talking about. Now here we go with Nmplol. He thinks I own 26 million in Nvidia stock. This is who LSF is listening to. I'm asleep. Now, if you watch the video, I said watching Nick is like watching two truths and a lie. I said it clear as day. I don't think he owned the 26 million. I'm like, do I think he invested $750,000 in Nvidia? I said no. But did he invest in Nvidia? Probably. $750,000? Probably not. Hey, but guess who's gonna find out though? Whatchamacallit gonna find out for sure. She gonna find out for sure. And it was another one. The attachment was the whatchamacallit. Like pretty much another nothing burger made by a loser trying to be relevant, feeding off people who hate streamers, and me in particular, part of my job really, bro. There's so many people saying that I made this video because I hate Nick. I'm like, bro, it's content. I can educate men about divorce and I can get paid while doing it. Shit, covering his divorce was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. It was like, oh shit. Divorce? Check. Am I gonna make money? Check. Is it gonna get views? Yeah. Can I educate men on divorce? Absolutely. The real question is, did you take her passport? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's literally my lane. Like exactly. Meat Hooks knows. Like, oh yeah, I covered divorce. I actually got like a Resilient Father channel where we talk about divorce and other stuff, but for the uninitiated, they don't know that I covered divorce. They don't know. Me Hooks, they like, what are you talking about? If you go back to my channel, right, and you go to the oldest videos, all right, my first video on this channel was Exhibit's ex-wife telling this ninja to pay up. Me clowning Lolo Jones for not being married. A lawyer explains why women file for divorce. His divorce. This is a child support issue. This is just funny content. This is a divorce. This is like some baby daddy child support stuff. This is potential child support. I talk about Blake Jones child support or whatever. Child support right here. There's some slurs. But for the most part, guys, even my lives, right? Even my oldest lives. What's the first one about? Divorce and death. Oh my God. Oh my God. Very much your wheelhouse. Thank you, man. But like, what happens is you get all these NMP fans that like flocked upon my channel. They're not clicking around. They're just going straight to the comments section calling me a leech and shit. So I'll just be like, what the fuck, man? Like, you can read all these comments. I'm sure, like, when I was covering the Mizkip stuff, they was telling me to put my head in a noose. I just be like, all right, man. It is what it is. But, you know, at the same time, we'll see what happens, because I think what's really going to be interesting is how he responds to her request for temporary orders. Is he going to be forthcoming and say, yes, I'm pay the money? Or is he going to say, no, she should get a job. She can work. She can stream. She has the skills. And would his fans want to know that, right? Would y'all even care? Would you? Would you be like, oh, shit. He said he always talk about how she deserves half, but yet she don't have access to no bank accounts. She don't have access to no money that they generated together. Swell guy, huh? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, boy.
Look, Anon was gifted a membership. Welcome to the world of LSF brain rot. Yeah. Like, you know, LSF is good and everything, but every now and then it has its moments. But what do you guys think about the whole Nick Polom thing? Him really hurting my feelings, man. Calling me a goddamn loser. Feeding off people. Now, consequently, no one said this when I was covering XQC's divorce. No one, not one person. Not one person said this is private. Not one person said I shouldn't be talking about it. Why is Nick Polom's different? Let me know in the comments section. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. All right, cool.